Hey guys, it's Christine Bertram, and I am coming to you live from the Hive here on a Thursday night. We're going to be doing the Flowering Fields Sweet Bundle class tonight, and it is, what is it? It's April 21st, you guys. We finally got some warm weather here in Wisconsin, and it might look brighter than normal in here. That's because the sun is still shining. Oh my goodness. I went outside today and I felt like it was 80 degrees. Well, it was really 65 degrees, but it felt like a heat wave. Oh my goodness. So we are going to get started in just a little bit, but wow, look at how bright that is. So I want to go over just a couple of things with you guys. Make sure I get some people in here before we start making the cards, but welcome everybody. So just a few things first. Today is free shipping. Hi, Carla Lake. So if your order is over $75, you will qualify for getting free shipping. It has to be an order that is started today and then closed today. Hi, Patsy Roberts. Hi, Dar McCarthy. Hi, Linda. So just know that. Hi, Betty Pyle. Thank you to everybody who has taken advantage of the free shipping. Hi, Lizzie. Hi, Penny Powell, my sunshine too. Hi, Betty. So, Penny, I finally feel like I'm in Florida because our weather feels like it should have been when I was in Florida back in January. Hi, Randy. Hi, Philly. Hi, Patricia. So free shipping is today, and if you guys add my host code, hi D Serena, hi Sandy Wicklander, if you add my host code, hi Christina, and you want to get one of my upcoming classes, you can. Hi Kathy King. It's got to be a class that can be free with a purchase, and it can in fact be tonight, you guys, because I still have some kits left for tonight. I made a lot more than I knew I would need, but I only have 2, 4, 6 left out of 88, you guys, okay? So there's not many left. Hi, Marcia. Hi, Jamie Tafoya. So if you're still wanting to place an order today and think you missed out on getting this class tonight, you can still get it. I also have some left of the In Color class that is coming up next week, Friday. I think I have maybe 8 of those left. I'll flip the camera down here in a second and I'll just run through really quick what the cards are that I have left. And I think I have 6 left of the Beauty of the Earth ink paper scissors. Mom and I made up 48 sets of those cards and there are 6 left. So I did really good on the forecasting and the budgeting, I think. Hi, Barb Baylor. Hi, Faye Godby. Hi, Sherry Martin. Hi, Linda Custer. And there's Linda Hunt. Woohoo. Okay. So thanks for sharing, everybody. I really appreciate it. Hi, Cindy Runtree from Southern Virginia. As you guys come on in here, you want to share the video with your friends and tag them. That is awesome. I really appreciate it. This is going to be a great class, you guys. The Flowering Fields, I think, is a lot of everybody's favorites. It's really funny because everybody always says, not everybody, you know, when I say everybody, I don't mean everybody really, like don't take me for serious, like absolutely everybody, but hi Ann Bellinger, hi Mitzi. A lot of people say to me that they wish they had more guy stuff in the catalog, more guy stuff. And then when it comes down to it, you guys, hi Sue, hi Jeannie Parker. When it comes down to it, hi Lucille, hi Latokia. The classes that sell out or do the most for me are feminine based stamp set featured classes. Hi, Sue Wagner. Not necessarily, hi, Sharon. Not necessarily the guy ones. And so it's crazy. We are women, like generally, I know there might be guys watching me, but we like to send cards to our friends. And we don't always send so many to guys. So it blows me away that my most attended classes are always the feminine based, like flowery cards. It's awesome. And I love flowers. So that's maybe why, you guys, I am a flower fanatic. Hi, Chris Duderenke. Hi, Hildy. My grandma had a very good green thumb and I never appreciated it while I think she was living, but after she passed, and she's been gone since the early 2000s, like 22 years ago, it was maybe in the last 10 years when I bought my house and I put landscaping in and I planted a lot of perennials. I just started to love flowers, and my mom will say to me, oh, you have a green thumb just like your grandmother had. And I'm like, okay, well, I get it now. Oh, yeah. Oh, thanks, Chris. So Chris was here last night, you guys. We had a room full. hi Bonnie Kelly. We had 12 people and 2 people couldn't make it. Oh, I sure forgot to take my sound off. Oh, Penny Paul, you're going to love the Mario coins. Hi, Mary Jo McCulloch. Oh, so we had a great class last night, you know, and during the class, you guys, I figured out your one thing that I made. I in all my years of doing, so we've been doing mail card, like to-go card kits. Hi, Carol Schaefer, for 2 years now, you guys. And yes, every now and then, here and there, like onesie, twosie things get lost or missed or something happens and we work with it, we roll with it. Hi, Karen Cotton. Hi, Joyce. And in class last night, you guys, we figured out Luis Kinla is a troll. Okay, I was wondering about that. Oh my gosh, you guys, we have a troll. Thank you. Okay, my camera is frozen, but you guys, you're right. Luis is a troll. Look at you guys. It says, I'm drawn to you, my beloved, for your reading and guidance. You guys, when I did like a little second pause up there, I was like, what is that? And find, support, or report comment. So we're going to report that really quick and get her out of here. Or him, whatever it is. We're going to put harassment, me, multiple people, submit. Okay, so hopefully we can, I got to figure out how to block her. Oh my goodness, or him. You never know. There's a picture of a girl. It says a girl, but you guys don't click on it. Don't do anything with that, okay? It is spam. It's crap. It's dumb. These people need to find more time with their stuff. So, all right. Hi, Brenda. Hey, Judy Jones. Hi, Vicki. Hi, Melody. Hi, Tabitha. Wow, you guys. Hi, Nicole. So I'm trying to figure out, I used to be able just to press on it and it would go away. But I'm not having as much success. You know, so Facebook, I mentioned this last time, Facebook has changed. And you can't just, and I have 2 profiles. I have my business profile and I have my personal. And I have to be in my personal, no, I have to be in my page to be able to do anything on my page now. So I was definitely on my personal. Hi, Anna Rebedu. Hi, Susan. Hi, Louise Power. Hi, Amy. And so I'm going to try to get back in here to this video. You guys wait with me here. Hang on. All right. So let's see here if I can. Now I can't go back. Okay. Well, you guys just don't click on any of that. Don't respond to her. Don't do anything with that Luis person at all. So, okay. All right. I can't scroll back and show you guys the comment either. But anyways, okay. That's funny. You know, guys, there's like, you'll find those people that just do those random comments. But I'll try to find and delete that later. So, okay. So, I don't know. We were talking about flowers. So life is good. We're talking about flowers. Flowers are happy. We love flowers. So, all right. Some other quick notes here really quick. So let me flip down. Oh, my camera was frozen, you guys. So that's what I was working on too. So let's see why this is happening. So sometimes with technology, we do not have success right away. And so we're going to unplug my iPhone and we're going to plug it right back in because I wanted to show you guys some things. So and we have to make cards too, right? So let's see if this will work. Okay, there. We're back in business there. You guys get to see my underarms. So sorry. Not very nice. It is what it is. So, okay. All right, you guys. Just a note here too, in colors. Let's see if I can get my comments back over here. So, here are the In Color Club, you guys. So in case anybody is interested, I do have 1 club full, but I'm starting my 2nd club already. So you guys, this information can be found on my newsletter website. Also on my newsletter's website, you guys, you can always find my updated class schedule. Hi, Noreen. Noreen, I got your check today for the MS benefit. Thank you so much. So you guys can always find this if you go to cardsbychrisb.com. If you go into the newsletters and blog section, you can find some PDFs that I have. And one of them is always this schedule. You guys, this is updated. It's updated through August. There's one more page. That extra page has the promotions for the Sweet Bundle classes, and it also lists the extra card kits that I do have. So yes, Amy, people are loving the blues. They say it's crazy that there's 3 of them pretty much. Hi, Marianne. There's 3 of them. And so it's crazy that they put that many blues into the In Colors this go around. Okay, so you guys, I have to always watch you guys as I do my comments, and I'm not, it's not moving with you. Oh, Jamie's asking, what is the ink colors on a budget? So you guys, every year Stampin' Up! Comes out with a new set of ink colors that are 5 colors. They last for 2 years, okay? And what I do is I create a listing of everything that involves really the ink colors. So the inks, the refills, the cardstock, the designer paper, the glimmer paper. There's some note cards and envelopes that are part of the Tea Boutique. Hi, Naughty Nancy. Hi, Michael Rebedu Jr. 1 roll of ribbon, 1 roll of Baker's Twine, Stampin' Blend, and a marker. So every month for 5 months, so starting in May, so May, June, July, August, September, 1 month you'll get all of these things. Hi, Karen Cotton. 1 month you'll get everything for that color. The next you'll get that color. You know, and I'll set you up on a schedule, and I can try to figure out which color you like the best and put you on that color first. But one of those 5 months, you will get $25 of host rewards from me. Meaning you can pick out anything that's current in the annual catalog, the mini catalog, or the clearance rack, and you get $25 for free. Plus you get a pack of the color matte decorative dots as a gift to you for joining me for this club. Yes, you could go buy all these things and cherry pick on your own what you want. That's great, and that's more than welcome. Anybody can do that. But if you're looking to get like a little extra perk from me with the free pack of embellishments and $25 of host credit, then you might want to consider this. Now, because I'm giving you the host credit and a free gift, this can't be used on a monthly basis towards free card classes because I'm giving you like about $33 worth of free stuff throughout the whole thing. So it's something that if you guys are interested in, reach out to me more. I can always answer your questions if you have more. So the other thing here, you guys, I want to show you some happy mail I got. So this card came from, Carolyn Ketchmark. Yes, you guys, did you see last week I got a card that was using one of the clear envelopes? And, Jamie wants to join it. Perfect. Okay, so Jamie, I'm just going to write your name on here so that we can connect afterwards. Okay, so last week I got a card, and I was so nervous about opening up because it sounded like it was full of glittery stuff. Well, here, you guys, Carolyn sent me another card. She didn't send me the first card, but I got another card that it made noises, and it was I was worried when I opened it up, but everything was self-contained in this awesome clear envelope. So I loved getting fun cards. Okay, this one came from Arliss Canoop, and she sent me this and says, "You're such a blessing." And she uses one of my favorite embossing folders, the Tasteful Textiles. Hi, Kathy Jean from Alberta, Canada. So very pretty card. And then this one comes from Dawn Reeder. She sent me an Easter card, and it's got some pretty sentiments and foliage on the inside. So thank you, Dawn. Susan Olson would also like to join this club. Oh man, Susan, that's awesome. So you're going to have to reach out to me, email me. If Jamie and Susan can both email me, that would be awesome. This one comes from Shirley Malarkey. I don't know if I should enunciate on the Malarkey or the Malarkey, but Shirley sent me this pretty card with the zebras. So you guys, I never got the stamps that had this little zebra in it. And this was, I think, the first card that I've actually seen them like, I really like that. I've had a few people buy this stamp set. I don't think it's current anymore, but I like the softness of the pinks and the pool. It's like pool party. I loved that embossing folder with the dots that went like thick to thinner. So very pretty card, Shirley. And then this one came from, Patsy found a bee charm. I love it. Speaking of that, I got this one. Linda Hunt sent me this pillow in the mail. It's good to be the queen. And so Linda, my mom was over today and she wanted to hang it up. And I was like, no, we can't hang this up yet until I show everybody what you sent me. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. This last card I have for Happy Mail came from Tracy Sorge. I'll catch you later, dear friend. And so the inside is blank, and then I can use it. So yay. And there's money. Love it. So Tracy's going on the bus trip with me to Indianapolis. So fun times. Okay, so that's the Happy Mail I got from you guys. I wanted to tell you that these are what I need to make sure I tell you guys later tonight. I have the winners for the half-off bundle and the 3 Let's Just Stamp cards. So I'm going to set this behind me along with... I love the pillow. It's so perfect. This, you guys, with the free shipping, I did a promotion that anybody who got in on the free shipping, who placed a $75 order today, so this goes through midnight tonight, that you're going to get your name in for this drawing. And I'll do this drawing live tomorrow. So I have to make a confession. I thought I was going to have time today and yesterday to go into the VIP group to make those MS cards, and I have 4 left to make. So you know what that means, you guys? That in my VIP group tomorrow, at some point, I'm going to make all 4 of them from start to finish. And at the end of that is where I'll do the drawing for this, and then I'll announce who won it. So in both my VIP page, and I'll announce it in the Cards by Christine page. So just so you know, this is the half off stamp, or this is the stamp set I'm giving away for free for somebody who placed an order today. So, all right, so I'm setting that all behind me. If you guys look over here, over there, I have a paper pumpkin. I also have 2 more coming. Hi, Pauline. I have 2 more coming. So that means I have 3 more paper pumpkins left that are unaccounted for the month of April. Kelly is going to be doing the April paper pumpkin on Monday night. Hi, Susan from California. Kelly's going to be doing the April paper pumpkin on Monday night. So if anybody wants this one, I could pop it in the mail tomorrow. The other 2 got shipped on the second round of shipping from Stampin' Up. So they're coming to me next week. Hi, Betty. Thanks for sharing. And I would be able to mail them out next week. So you wouldn't have them in time for the live on Monday night, but you could still get them in case anybody feels like they missed out on the paper pumpkins this month. So what else? We're going to do roll call really quick as long as I have this right in front of me. You guys, it's a pretty big list of names. Not 88. We have 6 left of this class. It's so crazy. In case anybody would like to register for this class, I don't think 6 people will tell me during the live that they want this, but in case anybody wants to sign up for this class, it might be best for you to comment in the comments so I can make sure I write your name down. And otherwise, you guys, I always send an email at the end of the class, and I always schedule it for the weekend on Saturday. And I say in there if I have kits left or not. So come Saturday, if there's any kits left, you can see that in the comments. Hi, Diane Bogenhagen. All right, so we have Sandy Wicklander, Jamie Tafoya, Carla Cordes, Angela Knutson, Barb Barkow, Jeannie Parker, Karen Stagg, Barb Moynan, Christina Bernards, Carolyn Ketchmark, Debbie Schultz, Deanna Stell, Linda Hodge, Becky Gandolfo, Kathy Deli Nagari, Renee Metke, Millie Kindle, Wendy Westmoreland, Sue Somerville, Pauline Mays, Latokia Trigg, Lynette Mooney, Leslie McMinn, Sharon Rush, Sue Wagner, Carla Lake, Dee Serena, Chris Niebaum, Kathy King, Faye Gavi, Lila Erickson, Susan Risch, Ellen Brover, Dar McCarthy, Cheryl Bowie, Carmen Melendez, Karen Cotton, Fancy Nancy Billets, Penny Powell, Amy Ponce, Melody Miller, Ruth Nicholson, Deb Ryan, Patsy Roberts, Doris Munson, Linda Hunt, Mo Stites, Pam Jedry. Oh my gosh. I had to write your name so small down this list and then it was not so good. I didn't write good. You guys, sometimes I have really chicken scratch. Shirley Malarkey, Linda Rios, Mary Carls, and then I go up here, Cindy Woods, Jennifer Jennings, and Pat Detlefson. Woo-hoo! So that is 54 people for the people that had kits mailed to them, 6 left, and we had 12 last night. And on Saturday, you guys, I have this class again Saturday afternoon, and I have 11 signed up for Saturday. So I had accounted for, I think, a few more for in person too. So we'll see as we get through. The cards are awesome, you guys. Hi, Donna Simmer. The cards are awesome. Hi, Denise Rye. You guys are gonna love them. And so what I'll do is, if anybody else is interested in them, Patsy Roberts. Yes, I did call your name, Patsy. I did. I still have your kits though. Remember, I have a whole bag here ready to go out for you when we connect on that. So there were a few people also. I want to call out the people and thank them. So when I do a sweet bundle class, you guys, it's a promotional class. If you specifically buy the bundle, and this time it was a super sweet, so you could buy either bundle. If you bought the bundle as your RSVP for class by the date. There's always a date. And, oh yeah, no problem, Patsy, but you were called. If you buy it by the date, which is always a week before the class, you get a free gift from me. And so Jamie Tafoya, Karen Stagg, Millie Kindle, Carla Lake, Penny Powell. And then in person, we had Elaine Rebeck and also Gail Kane. One of my biggest promotions, I think, so far. So all those names that I listed off, they got a half of a pack of the brushed brass butterflies. I have to really think about saying that. And so basically, they got that little free gift from me as a thank you for RSVPing early and specifically wanting the bundle that I picked for the Sweet Bundle class. So, all right. So Mary Ellen, hi from Montana. Oh yeah, no problem, Patsy. So, all right, so that's roll call. At the end, too, you guys, I'm going to go through the door prize for those that placed orders to get the class for free from me, and I'll give away a door prize for that. So also, one thing I want to point out tomorrow, I got the cards finished for the month of May. All of them except for the hand penned, you guys. There's a hand pen Memories and More class at the end of May. They're all pretty much like planned out, but I have to glue and add ribbon and embellish. So I don't have those done, but I have everything else set. Catalog launch party. Carissa came over. We had a design day all day yesterday. We made 8 cards. We got the 5 done for the launch party, and we got the 3 done for the June monthly class. So I do have an update for you guys. The May showcase that I always do a video at the end of, or towards the end of the month, that showcases all the cards that are coming up for the next month. And that helps you guys decide, well, I want to take that class or I don't. The video is usually a half hour to 45 minutes long. And I go through everything. Hi, Robin Stender. Tell you, is it fee-based or is it, you could get it free with an order? So that's happening tomorrow, you guys. I will be live sometime at some point in this group tomorrow. And so that showcase is tomorrow. But I want to show you quickly, in case you guys don't catch it tomorrow, there is an update. So I had to do a little switcheroo. So because the new catalog goes live on May 3rd, and because of what I did it. So sorry. Oh God, I was so good. So Carissa and I designed the catalog launch party cards using something that I could not buy a lot of, hygiene Terwilliger. So I literally I don't have enough product to make the kits in time to mail them. So I have to do a little switcheroo. I'm going to switch 2 classes around for the online community, not in person. I think I can make the in-person work, no problem, because I'll have enough for that. But for May, I am switching around the catalog launch party, you guys. So if you want to just make a note of this, I will be updating everything and everywhere I have it. The catalog launch party will no longer be May 5th for online. It's going to be pushed out a week to May 12th because I can order my stuff on the 3rd. It'll be here on the 5th and I can mail it out on the 6th. And so the online launch party is the 12th. Well, what does that mean for the monthly class? That means the monthly class is going to be pulled up a week, and the monthly class for May is going to be May 5th. So just so you guys, I don't think it's really going to impact people very much because the replay for the video is always there. You guys get a PDF tutorial, and I think I can make it work that I didn't have to switch things around for the in-person people. So hi, Zaina. Okay, so just, cover photos are created. Everything's going to be out in the open tomorrow with the events and Facebook and my website. So just so you guys know, if you give me a thumbs or let me know. Do you guys want to see? Do you want to see the cards? I'll flip down and show you guys the cards if you do want to see them. I just lost my comments for sure on my phone, and I love watching them on both on both my phone and up here. So. So let me know if I'll run over. The catalog launch party cards are over there. It would take me 10 seconds to go over and get them. But otherwise, I can show them to you tomorrow during the showcase. Oh, you guys are showing, you want to see them. Hang on. Okay, so I'll flip back down. And so these are the 2 classes that are getting switched, okay? So originally the launch party was going to be, and then we were going to do the May monthly class. But now May monthly is coming first because I have everything like little children. I love it. Okay, so you guys remember, this is the catalog launch party. So I always love to do my launch party like, I was reading Linda's comment again, like little children. Feel like we're two, right? So this features all of the new in colors. And so the pattern is all the same. And they all feature, so Starry Night with its complementary color Mango Melody. I asked the silliest of questions, right? I should just assume you guys always want to see everything. Sweet Sorbet with its complementary color Pool Party. And then this one is the new Tahitian Tide with its complementary color Granny Apple Green. What I mean by complementary color is there's an in-color chart. And Carissa, hi Lisa Nealon, and Carissa and I looked at the in-color chart and we found the complementary color that went with each one of these. So this is the Parakeet Party with Night of the Navy. And then Orchid Oasis matches really nicely with Flirty Flamingo. So you guys, I upped it to 5 cards, but the pricing is going to stay the same. It's still whatever was on the sheet for the launch party. Even though there's 5 cards, it's whatever the pricing is. So I'm not upping it like the in color class. So what the problem was is these are the note cards and envelopes that go with the tea boutique. I could only order 2 backs, and my mom was able to order 2 backs, but that's enough for 10 people. And I have a feeling I'm going to need for like 50 people. So each one of these, the stripes, there's one with polka dots. This one has something else on it. This one's diamondies. And did you guys notice this vellum back here is actually embossed with my favorite embossing folder, Painted Textures. So these are the launch party, which is going to be the 12th. And then just to remind you, these are the May monthly cards. And this is what's going to be coming up first then. So not next week, but the following week. And you guys, I need people to RSVP soon because I need to start kitting these up. And I don't know, I have an idea of how many I need to make, but I don't want to overmake by a lot. So these are the May monthly cards. So after the showcase tomorrow, you guys will definitely be able to know what you want to sign up for in May. And then I can start kind of forecasting what I'm going to need for card kits. So yay. Okay, so now you guys saw the first 2 classes that are coming up in May. I still have In Color Retirement and The Beauty of the Earth for next week. Okay, so what is the class for tonight? Are you guys ready to get rocking and rolling? All right, Patsy wants the RSP for both. Yay. Okay, so Penny Powell wants the May monthly. Great. You guys, as you comment that you wanted to, it also help me by emailing. And I think I say that more for the new people that are watching me. I know Patsy and Penny, you guys know the drill. If anybody ever wants to sign up for the class that I'm offering, the easiest way to let me know is honestly send me an email, text me. Zaina's signing up for both. I love it. So the easiest, if you want to get card kits from me, the easiest way is just to email me. So hi Brenda from Ontario. Okay, so you guys, I think we're ready to rock and roll hoochie coo with our card class tonight. So tonight is Flowering Fields. It is a sweet bundle class. And you guys want to see it too. I'm just going to give you a little sneaky peek. This week I got the Hey Sports fan done. The Hey Sports fan, it sucked the energy out of me. I have a family of sports fanatics. I have 2 brothers that are really into sports, and I'm not. I'll be honest with you, I'm not. So this was really hard. So this is next month. So I'm just giving you a preview for next month, you guys. This is Hey Sports Fan, and this is what we've got coming up for the Sweet Bundle class. Yeah, you just won't get them, I know. This is what I've got for next month. Hey Sports Fan, towards the end of May. I can't remember the exact day. This is a fun fold. The flap opens and the other flap opens. This one is where if you buy the Hey Sports Fan bundle from me, you'll get, I can't remember, either the Resin Stars or a half a pack of I think it's a half a pack of the Designer Series paper. So this is the featured bundle class for next month, okay? You'll see that in the showcase tomorrow. Okay, so Flowering Fields. This is what I picked for April because I thought that April showers bring May flowers. And I love flowers a lot. And I could not do a class that featured this suite of products. And so I mentioned it's a super suite, meaning that there's 2 bundles. And this one is Flowering Tulips and the other one's Flowering Fields. So Flowering Tulips, Flowering Fields, use a little bit of both. We use stamps from here, And Carissa helped me design these cards. Oh my gosh, it feels like forever ago already, but I had a lot of fun. She didn't like flowers so much, but I love flowers. We used this guy. The only thing we didn't really do is we didn't do a card with these triangles. They were very specific. And you guys, just to let the cat out of the bag, I'll show you as long as I'm talking about it. This was our mystery card that Kelly and I made. Showing it to you early. Normally I would show it to you at the end of the night, but since I'm talking about these things right here, that's what those do. So this one right here does that lighter pink, and then the triangle here is what does these guys. So this is our mystery card. Okay, here you go. Hoorah! We shared it to you. I'll share it with you guys later too, but that's what those are for. Each one comes with a set of dies. I absolutely love the windmill on here and the bike, and we really showcased those on one of the cards, and we showcased almost everything that we could between these flowers and the stems and this little guy here. So the bundles are amazing. This bundle's carrying over to the new annual catalog. I believe this one is not. Also in this suite is this checker ribbon, and the checker ribbon is Diane's favorite. She absolutely loves it. Hi, Elaine. Okay. It's pretty ribbon. So you guys, we use this in one of the cards on this card right here, and pulled in some other ribbons though. We don't always stick with, like, we try to use everything in the Suite 4 suite class. The other thing is the brushed brush butterflies. So the girls that ordered one of the bundles from the class or for the class got a half a pack of these. And so those got used on 3 of the cards. So you guys, so those that are taking the class with me, in one of the card kits or one of the envelopes, you will have gotten a strip with 8, plus you will have either gotten one more that is either big or small, right? So that's how that works. So you ended up with 9 butterflies for 3 cards. Okay, so they're all in one. The other is the designer series paper. The designer series paper is beautiful. I need like 10 packs of this because I love it so much. And we tried to use as much of the papers. Like we used this one, we used this one, we used that one, we used that one. So we try to we can't use them all because it's too hard to do that with just 4 cards. So, but we tried to do a nice assortment of all the colors. And you guys, this is the DSP sampler that I use and I refer to. And I'll show this to you next month. And if you're a demonstrator or a discount shopper, an avid customer, and you like the idea of having one of these with the designer paper, I do sell these with every catalog, and I'm taking RSVPs for the annual catalog right now. I plan to make 23 of them, and I already have 18 of them. I think 18 of them accounted for. So in case anybody's interested, you should let me know if you want one. They're $26 plus shipping. So, all right, so that's a little bit about what we're going to be working with tonight. I think what I will do to save you guys some noise, I'll turn my volume off. And I just don't know why my comments. Hi, Cindy. Oh, tulips. I love the tulips too, Amy. So I don't know why my comments don't stay live. It just gets me. I don't know. Okay, so we got this out of the way. So let's move that back here. Okay, we're going to talk about this card first, you guys, because I mentioned this briefly a little bit ago about this. My mom and I kitted up 824 cards 2 weeks ago. It was a lot. I will be honest with you. And this, usually what we do is when we're looking at the card, we say, okay, check. We got the base. We got the inside. We've got this. We've got that. We've got this. You know, we go through it. And when we went through this card, it was inside the plastic. And I'm like, check that, check. Everything's good. I did not open up the card to see that this was in there. And so without doing that, I didn't remember that it needed these 2 pieces. And so this is my disclaimer to everybody. All right, Zaina, we'll catch you later. Bye, Mario. Yes. My disclaimer so everybody and I figured out, I think Linda messaged me yesterday and I didn't put it together until I was in-person class last night, that they're like, we don't have this. So out of the 50, and I caught the 2 last people that I mailed out. So out of 54 of you, I'm going to offer this. If you don't have the waves dies in the evening evergreen and a little piece of white and you can't make do, I will happily and gladly send you those 2 pieces in an envelope and mail them out to you. But if you have something that you can make do and you will still be happy and satisfied with your card, I would be happy and grateful to you too. Either way, we'll make whatever works work. But like Linda said, she had it. I think Christina, you told me you have the wave set and the evening evergreen paper and the white. The white is 5/8 by like 1 7/8. If you guys can make do, I would love you. And if you can't, I will happily send you, and I'll still love you, but I'll happily send you in an envelope. So Jeannie Parker, I know you had mentioned to me that you want it. So hi, Laura. Amy said she can make do, and it'll save a bit. And I'm going to show you how we can make the card, and it'll still be great without having it. So I think as a ode to not putting it in the online card kits, I will show you how I would make it. So, is pretty much, we just need a little white piece of paper is what we're going to do. So Sandy's good. Lila's good. Okay. If anybody is not here, just reach out to me, not here in the messaging, but just send me an email or a quick text. I would be more than happy to help you guys out with that. So, all right, that's my disclaimer. All right, so let's start with this bad boy. Oh my goodness, he is rocking and amazing and a lovely card. So you guys know I love my purple. It's a fun fold because it's an easel card. It just is pretty. It screams happiness to me. Oh, Jeannie, are you sure? Because this is actually yours. I have it set here. Kathy King can make do. Okay, perfect. You guys, I appreciate that so much. We make do, right? So, all right, let's grab. You guys, I will tell you, making 88 of these, and especially with this one, when you open up the pieces on this one and we make that last, oh my goodness, you're going to be like, wow. I am actually astonished that we made sure the brads were in. We made sure like the little gold pearls were in. And then, yes, we tried. We definitely did try. So what do we have here, you guys? We have here, Carmen has the die too. Okay, awesome. It isn't a make or break item. You're exactly correct. On this card, as long as we have this like a whittle white piece, we can still run the ribbon behind and pop this up. And if you don't have the green piece, the card is still going to look pretty. You guys are so correct. Okay, we have here just a quarter sheet here. It's 5.5 by 4 1/4. Then you have a piece of, and I'm missing a white piece. I can cut my own really quick though. Highland Heather is just your traditional mat. And it is 5 1/4 by 4. And then what you'll need in your kit, I'm sure you guys have it, but we need to have a white piece. And that white piece is 5, and so you guys get to experience the whole paper cutting. So this little trimmer, you need a 5 and a 6 is what this is. You guys have yours in your kit. For some reason, when Carissa and I get designing, it's like a heyday, and sometimes I'll forget to put the piece of paper in that I need actually. So this one was 3 13/16 by 5 1/16, and that just I know what I did. Turn the lights off. Wow, I hit the surge protector and it just shut off all the lights, you guys. Okay, so we've got this mat's right on here like that. Okay, then you have an arm, and this arm is 6 by like 3 3/16. And the way that we did this is you have this little flap here, and you need to take your bone folder and burnish it. And then you have this score line like that, which is what's going to make the easel for this card, okay? So what I did, we'll do a little gluing. We can do a little bit of gluing. So I always used to glue it to the back of this piece, and it would always bump up just a hair on that, and that's how I would do it. Well, I think during the design process of this, Carissa showed me a different way to do it, and I thought, oh, this is actually nice. And so we talked about this. Hi, Deanne, better late than never. Hi, Frankie Canada. So we talked about this in class last night, that instead of gluing it to the back side of the purple, if you glue it to the top side of the green and you have it flush, then you don't see a line here. Like, so if it was to the back of the purple, it would like kind of divot down and back up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna glue it right to the green like that. Okay, so the piece of Designer Series paper is cut just to fit right inside this evergreen section here. And so you could go ahead and glue that I'm going to call that the arm. You could glue that onto the arm, just like that. All right, and then we'll leave that sit for a second. In your kit, then, you guys have all these flower pieces, okay? So Anna Rebedu, a big hand, round of applause, a big hand to Anna. She die cut all these pieces. Look at this, you guys, 88, okay? Except for this one. I forgot to give her this one, and that would have been my alarming thing, that would have been cut and that would have gone in, but I forgot. So you guys, these are all your flower bits and parts, okay? So just hang tight. We're not going to even look at those at the moment. So you have here this Highland Heather piece, and you should have a white mat that is embossed with the Tasteful Textiles. And what you can do is adhere that onto that. Oh, that's the way you guys did it too. Perfect. Awesome. Yeah, I generally would have glued it onto the back of the purple, and now that I know glued on the base, it just seems so much easier. So, and I think it looks sharper too. So now the trick with this is this needs to get glued onto this arm, but you do not want to put any glue right here, okay? So instead of trying to figure out how high to glue here, what I would generally do on this point now is I would put the glue on here, and just making sure I don't go too close to the edge, because you do see a little of the evening evergreen peeking through. Okay, so that is all set here. Okay, so I think we're going to put the flowers together next, and then we will worry about some stamping, because then we'll have less pieces to look at. So we got that kind of pretty much set there. All right, so let's look at our pieces of flowers. These are Blackberry Bliss. Those two go together, and they go with the one fresh freesia flower. And then these are both Gorgeous Grape, and then these are Highland Heather. And then you should have 2 stems, one for each flower, and you should have 2 that are leaves that are bigger and one that's smaller. And you guys, to add a little texture to the leaves, they are embossed with the Painted Texture embossing folder, just to give them a little look, like veins kind of. Okay, so that's what you got here. So to put these together, I chose to use glue dots. It worked better for me than trying to use liquid glue. And so this is the first piece right here. So let's see what that looks like. It looks weird. It really does. And what happens is that little guy folds over, and then the more medium guy folds over, and that starts to build the flower. But what I'm going to do is start to use some glue dots to hold it. And I'm going to put a glue dot. If you want to use liquid glue, you're more than welcome to as well. And if you want to use some other tape or something else, that's more than, I just thought glue dots, you can just put it exactly where you want it and then just kind of flip it over. And I didn't want adhesive near the top, because I want to take this next Gorgeous Grape, put a glue dot at the bottom on the back side, and then that's going to get tucked in here. Okay? Right? Just kind of stick him down in there. And now you've got 2 of the Highland Heather pieces, and I'm going to put glue dots on the bottom back side of both of them. And one's going to go more to the left, and one's going to go more to the right. And you just kind of build yourself this little flower bud, like that. And then one of the stems, what I actually did is I took another glue dot and I put it on the front side of the stem and then attached it to the flower. Because then next what I'm going to do is I'll set it on here and start to plant it where I need it there. Okay. Hi, Stacy Burns. All right. So now this one, you fold it in half. And what you need it to do, though, is you need it to kind of stick together over there. So I would put another little glue dot off to the side there and try to get that so it shuts like that. So now it's kind of stuck together. And then I'm going to put a glue dot. Oh, I found one back here that I missed. Okay, Penny, I promise I'll get rid of this in a second. This now can sneak in here. And it just goes. So stuck too fast. I was just trying to like sneak it in there without hitting anything there. So I snuck it in there. And then once you get it where you want it, then press it good. And then this last one, I'm gonna make sure there's no glue dots there and find my next glue dot, put it on the back. And now he's gonna sneak, it's gonna sneak in there, just like that. Okay, so now we've got our next little bud. And this bud's for you, haha. Gonna take one more glue dot and put it on the front of my stem and then put that on the back of my flower, like that. Okay, so we've basically built our flowers, and now what we wanna do is put them on the front of our card. And I do like to pop things up a little bit, so I am going to use some dimensionals, not a lot, just probably one on the back of each one. So that guy, and then this one. And then looking at the card here, I've got this set over. Don't worry about the stem at this point. You can always tuck a little glue underneath there. This way, you're just gonna put that there. And this one I've got a little bit lower, like here. And the stems do get cut. So the one on the left here is gonna sit perfect. And this other one, I did take a scissors and I did cut it maybe flush right there so that it's gonna hit at the where the purple ends, okay? All right, so then what we can do is, I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue. I know it doesn't feel right to bend them backwards, but just now I'm gonna put a little glue right on their ends and then sneak them down here. So you've got the top secure, and now we've got the bottom secure. And you've got 3 leaves here. So there's a smaller one. Oh, he doesn't wanna stick. And then 2 bigger ones. And they've designed these leaves in a way that you could put the leaf going this way, or you could put it going that way. So figure out what you like the best. This one I've got going this way. And so what I would do is put a dimensional here. And I think what I'll do is maybe run a little bit of liquid glue on the bottom. And then that's gonna come out like this. Okay, so it's popped up on the top. I'm gonna do the same thing on this one. I'm gonna pop up on the top, and that one looks like that. And I'll just put a dimensional there. And I'm gonna just put like, so I like things to be more popped up on the top and then flat on the bottom. And this is gonna come along the side here. And then this last little guy, he's facing, which way is he facing? Must be, no, must be that way. So just figure out what you think looks best. I guess maybe if I go like there, that would look good to me. So I'm gonna grab a small dimensional for this one though, and put that there. But then also the same thing, put, Jonna, I did a sneak peek of the mystery card earlier when we were going over this, but I'm gonna show it again, so don't worry. You did miss it, so yes, you did miss it, but you won't miss it if you watch till I'll show it again at the end of class. So, all right, so now we've pretty much done like the building of this card. Now we just have a little bit of stamping. So what does the stamping entail? These 2 white pieces, and this larger one is meant for the front here, and then there's one little guy for the bottom. Now, this stamp set has some smaller stamps in it. Let's see what it has here. So, this love you so much, that could actually fit on that smaller white one. It really could, if you wanted that. But I love the font here. This, no one deserves a happier birthday than you. I love that. And I found pansy petals, or pansy patch. That's what we used that day when we were designing. We thought, well, then it has a nice happy birthday. So the colors that we're using here, oh yeah, you're very welcome, Donna. Evening Evergreen, and then the Blackberry Bliss. So I'm going to grab those. And because they are both photopolymer stamps, I'm going to grab out the piercing mat. And so our happy birthday is in, Linda said that my card was beautiful. Thank you. Then this goes right here for the happy birthday. And then there are these little plus signs is what I'm going to call them. They're either X's or they're plus signs. So there's 2 up here and there's 1 down there. So what I'm going to do to make that happen is I'm only going to ink up one of them. I really am. I'm going to ink up one each time, and then I don't have to worry about cleaning or doing anything else with the stamp. I just put 2 on the side and then 1 on the other side, and I was only inking up the one all the way in La La Land over by itself. And then the sentiment for this is, no one deserves a happier birthday than you. And that will go on the bigger piece here. And it's awesome because they're photopolymer. You can see where you're stamping. Give it a second here. There you go. So I'm going to put these guys away for the moment. We will need them in another card, but we'll set that off to the side, and then we'll work on putting the rest of this together. So, all right. So I'm going to take a vote. Well, you know what I'm going to do? Because a lot of you said that you could make things work. I want to show you how I would put this together in case you're wondering. It can be a little bit finagly, and I like to show you how easy it can be to actually do this. So I'm going to put some tear and tape right on the back middle section of the label. So the rough side is the back. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my ribbon right in the middle of it. And because I put tear and tape there, it's going to stick very nicely to it. And then if you have one of these tools that picks, you can use that and pull the ribbon through it just like that. Okay, so far so good. That's how I would do that. Now though, this is popped up. So I would take the edge of my dimensional here. So just like that, and that should give us I call it a track. And then I'm going to put that on the top, and then this one on the bottom, and then we'll be good. That ribbon, you don't need to add more adhesive over the top of the ribbon. So that's there, and then what happens is this now can get set down on the white piece, that white mat. All right, and then this little guy, you could glue this. Hi, Ethel King. That goes right in the middle section here. And again, if you guys, for cutting your own, either 2 7/8, 2 5/8, and then by either 5/8 or by 3/4, some little piece in there. Okay. And then this now, I put this onto the Highland Heather like this. And then lastly, we'll secure our tails behind the back here. You guys, you see last week I pulled out a new roll of tear and tape. It's massive. I didn't realize how big they really were. They last so long. All right, so now, and I flip it from the front, and I want to make sure I'm straight. And then, because I know that tear and tape is there. Oop, it's crooked. But I'm going to flip my tails over from the front, and then I'm going to secure a couple more pieces right over the top of that. All right, so that's how I would do that. And I love, so these labels, this little, so that Waves die set came out last month, and it's carrying over into the new annual catalog. On this card and then the one with the bike, we used these label dies, and they are so awesome. So then this now just gets set right on the inside of this card. And that little bump up there is what creates the easel. But now we still have this. So this stuff has height all to it. And I don't want to add a lot more there. So I think all I'm going to do is grab the top, and I never got the dimensional. I'm actually just going to put 2 dimensionals, because there's height right here. There's a dimensional there, and it's kind of raised up there. So I don't want to add more height in the middle. So I'm just, and this should go from white to white is what we planned for that. And that should go right over the top of there. Now, In your kits, you guys should have 3 iridescent rhinestones. My favorite out of all the mini catalog. Hang on, I gotta get mine. You should have 2 smaller ones and then a larger one is how it goes. And I've put them up there, 2 at the top here, and then there should be room for 1 little guy right there. And that would complete this card. The tulip is not retiring. The windmill one is retiring. So I don't know if that answers your question, but I'm almost positive that the tulips one here isn't retiring. Oh, but that's not the one I'm looking for. The other one with the windmill. Wait. I got it. This one, the tulip fields, I'm pretty sure, and anybody who has the new catalog already, I'm pretty sure this one's retiring, but this one's carrying over. That's what I think. Because I can't remember exactly at this moment in time. So you guys, that's it for this card. So I honestly think you might see this as a mystery card layout in the future. And I can't tell you when or how or why or where or what, but I think this would make for a great mystery card, would it not? I mean, it's not that hard. You're very welcome, Linda. It's not very hard. I hope I didn't make it look too easy, but so what I would have done for you guys, if you do not have the green label, all you'd have to do is, this is how I would have done it. I would have still stamped my sentiment. I would have made myself a little white scrap and a little white rectangle, and I would have matted it with something if you had like a corresponding color, and I would have just put that over the top. You could have still run your ribbon, but then you would have set whatever is on top of it, and it still would have looked perfectly fine. So there we go, you guys. We got one of our fun folds done. Yay! Okay, squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. Elizabeth Ray said that the tulips are carrying over. So yes, that is correct. And the other one is not. So, okay, so we're gonna set this guy right here. Oh, you used a black back. Perfect. Okay. This goes into, I have a piece right here. So that will go into this guy. So slide him in there. I always put my sample cards into the clear envelopes. All right. So there's one done. All right. Next one. Let's do this one. That one's nice. I like it. It's easy. All right, so you guys, I keep this ribbon around my mini glue dots because it helps to hold the flap down so that they don't kind of come undone. So that helps to hold this, and as you use it, you just peel that back. You can't have it so tight though that it doesn't want to move for you. So I gotta do that just a little bit looser like that. Okay, back to business. So we're gonna work on this card next, you guys. Give it texture, yes. Oh, we didn't Stella. Oh, man. Hang on, you guys. Stella it up. So you could do, whoa, this whole flower. You guys, you might be able to see my Stella in this. You see the shining, that shininess right there? That's Stella at her finest. She just unleashed her fury all over that flower. Whew. Okay. It's okay, though. It's controlled. It's not going to, like, go all over the place. But I would definitely do... So the reason I do it at the end is because now I'm not going to waste any of my Stella on this bottom section that you don't even see. So there. Good job, Stella. All right, Stella got her groove back. All right, so we're going to do this one next. So this one, you guys are going to love it. I did my Tip Tuesday the other day, so you know how much I love painted textures. So that background is with the painted texture. So let's grab our card kit. So this is what you guys all, so when you get cards, so those that are new to watching me, what you get in your card kit is pretty much everything that you see here, plus any, like what you saw here, any die cutting, any embellishments. If you get a ribbon, it would be a ribbon. If it's a bow, I make your bow. So I was talking to Deb Norman about this when I went to visit her. She said that there's a lot of stuff that goes into my card kits. It's just not pieces of paper that are cut into little shapes, or, you know, there's a lot of die cutting, there's a lot embossing, there's a lot of nooks and crannies and bits and parts. So, all right. So in this one, you guys will have a piece of the peacock ribbon. It's actually old olive and peacock. So there's your peacock, there's your old olive. I will be honest with you, this is the first card I used it on since this catalog came out. It was in the last catalog. It rolled over, but peacock retired. So I never really used it. You'll have 2 white pieces that are the same size. She sure did, Patsy. They're both 4 by 5 1/4. The difference is you'll have one piece that is embossed with painted texture. So you guys should have, that's your top one. The other's for your inside. You'll have your piece of designer paper is a fabulous size. It's a 3 by 4, which allows you to get 12 of them out of one 12 by 12 sheet. Okay, so that'll go there. You have 2 strips of paper. I made mine a little bit bigger, but you guys they're about a 1/2 inch by something, and they're like a scrap. When you cut a mat, oh, thanks, Penny Powell. When you cut these 1/4 sheet mats down, you guys get a 1/2 inch. And so yours is probably 5 1/2 or 5 1/4 by a 1/2 inch. But you have 2 little strips like that for this front part. And then you have a basic white and a Poppy Parade, you guys. This is Poppy Parade. So Poppy Parade is the mat for this. So let's do stamping first on this one and get that out of the way. And then we're going to do our assembly action. Now for this one though, you guys, we need some coloring. We need some ink. And this is what I would call 2-step stamping, where you stamp a flower in one color and then you're going to stamp the other flower in the other color over the top of it. And the colors you guys need for this one are Poppy Parade and Melon Mambo. And then for your foliage, you need the olive of the old times. Okay, so you definitely want to grab a piercing mat, and we're going to do our flowers first. So with this card, it is better to stamp your 2 flower. Oh, we also need the memento. So our little seeds on the inside here are memento. Okay, so it would be easier to stamp these 2 flowers, and then you work your way down. I would not recommend stamping your stems and then trying to figure out everything from there. Yay, Deanne enjoys crafting with me. I like it. That's the whole thing, you guys. We want to have fun and enjoy it. So on this one, this Thinking of You, if you guys are wondering who, I'm going to give you a moment in time to guess. And we're going to talk about this size block. It's horrible. I don't know. It needs to be like maybe 1/8 of an inch bigger on both sides because it's so hard to see and read. If you put that onto a block that is a little bit bigger, I will be honest with you guys, if you take it off of this block and put it on this size, and I would even, if it's too long, you can go diagonal, but when you put it onto a block like this, now you can see the top and the bottom. So I would highly recommend like this size of a block for a skinny sentiment and not this little dude. All right. So this Thinking of You, did anybody want to figure out where it's from? Hi, Judy Bobo. I will tell you. So this set is carrying over as well to next year's annual catalog. It's called Beauty of Friendship. The dies are not. And you guys, this is the set that is featured for ink, paper, scissors next week. All right, so these are the ones for ink, paper, scissors. I have 6 left for this one, okay? And there it is, Thinking of You, right there. So if anybody's still interested in that, let me know. But that is where there are some longer, skinny, the hello is perfect. I love it. So that's where this one came from, in case you're wondering. There is, in this stamp set, there is one set or stamp that says Happy Mother's Day. And that would fit right there too. If you wanted a Mother's Day card, that would work nice. So, Poppy Parade, let us start. So, we're gonna do Thinking of You first and move that over here. And I gave you guys a long strip. If you don't stamp it good, then flip it over. You might have enough to try on both ends. I'm gonna just go for it right in the middle. I feel like it's crooked, like on the block here. We'll see here. Oh, yes, it's got a curvature to it. So we're gonna try to straighten that back out. So it goes down. I know you probably can't see it from up there, but it sure did. So we're gonna try it one more time, and then we're just gonna go with it. Okay, perfect. Thinking of You is right there. And then let's move that off to the side. And we'll move this. And so now you guys, you can cut yours straight up and down. You can cut them at an angle. You could banner them. It's up to you, however you like to see your tails or your ends. Okay, so now this. So the 2 flowers that you're going to need, this is always the hard part here. So there's one. They had so much fun in class trying to figure this out last night. This one is actually for over here. And this one is the red. I want to make sure I have these right. This is red. Okay, they were not on my stamps correctly. Okay, my ink pads. So this one is Poppy Parade. So if you guys, what I told everybody last night in class is practice on some scratch paper first until you figure out how it's going to work. But I would stamp this one first. And then, so that is in Poppy Parade. And then this one is the little flower off to the side here, slightly down. And then on the inside, I also stamped one of the bigger ones. So go back to him. I can tell I need to re-ink this. So you guys, as you use your ink pad, you can see it gets lighter in the middle because generally that is where you're drawn to get ink from. And so just know as it gets lighter in the middle, you might contemplate re-inking it. So that should be it for the poppy, I think, unless we mess anything up and we need to redo it. So then we have Melon Mambo number 5. And you're going to ink up the bigger one. And kind of what I do for this is I look at that middle section and I line that up first. And I see once how it needs to go. I kind of go around in a circle a little bit. And once I feel like I got it exactly where it needs to be or close, that's where you're going to do the Melon Mambo. And then this one can go right, it goes right in the middle section right there. So we talked about this in class last night, that my Melon Mambo is kind of juicy. And they said second strength would be better. And I didn't do that because I didn't remember it, but you can see that this one has a little bit more lighter pink, where this one is, it's dark. It's really dark. So let us experiment. Let's see what happens when we go to this one and we want to do second strength. Hi, Feline. Oh, we're on our second one. So you didn't miss much, but you can always catch the replay. I hope that your classes are going well. So let's try our second strength. Ah, there you go. Okay, 2 different looking flowers. You probably can't tell very much, but this one has a lighter pink in the center, where that one, the pink almost looks as dark as the red. Latokia, if you don't have Melon Mambo, Blushing Bride could work. Petal Pink could probably even work. If you have Poppy Parade, you could do Poppy Parade first strength and then second strength, okay? So we talked about this. We're going to flip this over. I'm curious. Okay, so what I would do is Poppy Parade first strength on the one, and then do Poppy Parade second strength on the other one. Does that make sense? Because you could, in essence, use the same color ink, just stamping off on the second one. So now, because I want to make sure I go a little bit lighter with this one, now you guys can see there's a little pink in there. Okay, so this is pink. We're gonna go right over the top of this. Okay, see? It doesn't look so dark. Perfect. Okay, so just to show Latokia the second strength here. So I would do, you could do first strength and then okay. I didn't want to clean that, could you tell? If you do second strength, look at that. That's kind of cool. So that's first strength on the one and then second strength. So you get the second strength is just a lighter version of the Poppy Parade. So if you guys only have one ink pad, use it. And do it first and second. Okay, so that's it for our coloring for our flowers. So I should actually, so I have it straight for Saturday. I'm going to leave them together. And now we want to do our stems. Our stems are in, oh, you like that? Yeah, it's super cool. Yeah, if you don't like you guys, when you're making your cards at home, you can always improvise and do them slightly different. It's just a good basis for what I try to tell you, so you have an idea. So this old olive is the stem, and there is a top and a bottom. So the top is flatter, and then the bottom is more rounded. And so I'm gonna put this, so it's coming down the mountain like that. And then this one, so they don't meet in the bottom. But then we also gotta remember you got your inside, goes here. And then what's awesome about these leaves is they're interchangeable in terms of this could be the top or that could be the top. And it just depends on how you wanna see it. So I'm gonna do this leaf. I'm gonna show you the difference. So you see this one ends up looking like there are two leaves coming up, and the other end looks like it's just one. Okay, so now if I flip that leaf over, you'll see I did it the opposite on this one. Okay, all right, so now let's get the leaf going on the front. Now, you could get by without even using that little leaf. It would really work. Okay, so I'm gonna put this guy like that, and then I'm gonna flip it over and do the single-sided guy there, and we're gonna put this one kind of hanging out over there. So, boom, got those done. That's it for the old olive. And as long as I'm here, we're just going to do this and this. If I clean it, then I don't get things doity. And this one. Okay, so we just have to do the little black middle section. So let's get these out of the way. And we'll put it like that. And then now I'm gonna grab my memento. And if you want it darker, go for strength. But if you wanna see what it looks like a little lighter, you could do it more gray. So I'm gonna put that in the middle of this one. You don't need it on the small one. We're gonna do it right there. Yeah! Pretty, pretty, pretty. We'll clean that right away. And I think that officially means we're done with our stamping. So because this is gonna be a card that somebody gets, I'm gonna leave the inside blank, and it's thinking of you. So how I'm gonna do this is, let's see here. So how I did this one, gotta run. Bye, Judy. I did my white the same distance as this, and I did my Poppy Parade the same distance. And I can't remember off the top of my head how wide that was, but 2 3/4. Oh, you know what we're gonna do? All right, we're gonna hold this, which is the one that I wanted, that one. We're gonna hold this where I think it needs to go, because I like the straight up and down look. If you do banners or something else, you're fine. So I flip it over, and then I use that as a guide, and that as a guide. Yeah, okay, so that's how easy that is. Now what you can do is, you have this red piece. So my red piece is actually way too big. So I'm actually gonna cut some of that off. I think I gave you guys all a 1/2 inch wide instead of what I did. And now I'm gonna set this right there, perfect. And then a little glue. Make sure I get my ends a little bit, okay? And then and then what we're gonna do is just trim off the red. So I gave you guys probably plenty to figure out however you wanted to make it work. And then this can get glue. We're gonna glue this. All right. Hi, Millie Kindle. Then that goes here. So that one will go on this mat right here. And then this one can go on our inside. Yep, I'll make sure I get it in there straight. Mom and I were putting together cards today, and I glued 2 of the tops on upside down, and so it wasn't fun. I had to rip them all apart. Okay, so we're gonna grab some dimensionals for that. And then once it's on here, I'm gonna take my scissors and trim it. So now this is gonna go right there. Grab your scissors and use as a guide. And you don't have to get your trimmers out. Perfect. Now this one is going to get dimensional, so let's pop that up. Once you guys pop, you won't stop. And then we need some liquid glue for this piece. Now your peacock ribbon, you guys, that's long enough to do 2 things with it. It's not long enough to wrap it around and tie a knot like that though. I do not do that generally. What you're gonna need to do is cut yourself so that not cut yourself, but cut it so it's a 1/2 inch longer on each side. And then this little piece, what you're gonna do is just flip it around and make this little knot with it. It's not even a knot, it's whatever it is when it's a single. But as you're doing that, I'm trying to make sure the olive green stays on the top. If you twist it right, you would end up with a peacock and an olive, and then it would be two-tone. If you like that, go for it. But if you want the olive on the top, make a conscious effort to get it so that they twist out the same. So grab your tear and tape, and we're gonna do our tear and tape sandwich. And now you have that cut so it's a 1/2 inch longer on both sides. Pick which side you like better. I definitely went with the olive because it brought out the leaves. If you like the peacock though, that's pretty too. It kind of brings out the pool party then. That's the sky looking part. And then this, did I do that right? Yep, I did. Oh my gosh, the light looks like peacock. So then this, now figure out if you want to cover up more of your seam or bring it down. You've got some wiggle room. And I always hold it from the front, and then I put my tails along the back as I'm looking at it from the front. And then a little more tear and tape over the ends, and then that will get glued onto your card base with a little tear and tape. And I don't need to put glue where I put the tear and tape because that's going to provide good sticking there. Make sure you put your tulips on the right way, guys. Don't glue them upside down because they do grow a certain way. All right, and then this, we can pick all these off. Yeah, Becky, that is a new roll. Last week, Thursday, I used up the end of it during a class, I think. Yeah, so I'm gonna make this go a little bit more to the left than the right because I am gonna save a little room for that bow. Not bow, it's a knot thing. So grab a glue dot and put that glue dot right off to the edge of that. And then I'm gonna stick that right in there. Hopefully you tied the thing into a knot very nice, and then your tails kind of will go where you want them. But I'm gonna just take my scissors and trim them. I don't think I'll put more. Oh yeah, it needs one more. You don't want it to be rocking around, so I'm gonna grab one more glue dot. And I'm gonna just lift that up so slightly and just kind of wedge it under there and then squish it down good. All right, I think that was successful. So you guys, in your kits yet, one of your cards, you're gonna have to find where your butterflies are. I feel like I have an open pack somewhere. I have an open pack over. I'm gonna, instead of opening that one, I'm gonna go get a different pack. Hang on, hold tight. So to make it so you guys didn't have butterflies flying all over the place, what I did for everybody is I cut a row, which gave you 4 big and 4 small, which is 8, but you need 9. So you all ended up with a loosey-goosey one. So you either got a loose big one or a loose small one. I kind of had to offset so that it evened out at the end. So on this one, I will use, you guys, you gotta be so careful with these butterflies. If you do not pick them up just right, the glue part will stay, and the glue looks just the same size as the butterfly. The glue will stay sticking to the adhesive sheet, and then you will be stuck with no adhesive on your butterfly. So make sure you go from underneath to get the butterfly and the adhesive at the same time. So, all right, Stella, let's see what we can Stella. So on a card like this, your ribbon is already pretty bedazzly because it's really shimmery. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll just go around the edging, my mat, and you can Stella around the edge with that glittery. I don't generally try to go over a watery, washy kind of stamped image because it might make it bleed and smear and it will lose some of its definition. So that's why I might just do something like that. Now, Bonnie in class, she would go over this whole background like this and she would get it all spell it up. So how does that look? Nice layout. This is one of our classic layouts. I love a 3x4 piece of designer paper on the bottom, a mat with a white piece. Thanks for sharing our list. Thanks, Betty. All right, Cindy, we'll catch you later. Like a background mat that's embossed and a little ribbon over the seam. It's a really tried and true card layout. I'm sure we've done a mystery night like this back in the day. All right, beautiful. I love it. Okay, so there is card number 2 done. All right, we're going to do the mango one next, you guys. So pull that one out and grab a drink of water so you stay hydrated. Good deal. All right, so let's look at this one. So this one also has some embossing, but it's just on the side. That's with one of those little 3-inch embossing folders. We brought in the tailor-made tags, and then the designer paper, it was pumpkin, mango, and evergreen. So that's why we pulled those colors together for this one. So your card base is Mango Melody. I don't use Mango Melody a lot, so it was really nice when they designed some paper that used Mango Melody, and it got pulled in. So your base is that. You have 2 mats that are the same size, the white and the evening evergreen. And this is the one where it's just embossed with those leaves on I have it on my right side, so don't put it on your left side, it'll get covered up. So this will need to get stamped. Okay, then you have a strip of Mango Melody that it goes on the right back side of this designer piece. And this is a good designer size too because it's 2 inches by 5 1/4. So you'll get 6 out of your sheet with this. Nope, you get 12 out of your sheet with this one as well. So that'll go back here. You guys also have a tag that is die cut from your tailor-made tags. And you have a piece of white that is something about this size. It is big enough for you to stamp your windmill, and it's big enough left for this thank you, because this is actually, the stamp is stamped flat onto the tag, and then it's stamped, and then it's fussy cut. So you guys, I made the executive decision that I wasn't going to have Anna die cut all of these and then they not get used, because it's so specific. This die cut was so specific to the stamp. So this card looks pretty without the windmill. Like, so let's say you don't have this windmill stamp or you don't have anything else that will work. The card still looks great without having the windmill, but you guys will have a piece of white about that size. Now, you will also have a bow made for you, but I, for some reason, made myself not a bow, so I could show you guys how to make a bow. So, bow maker, I sell these. I have a neighbor in Johnsburg that makes them, and he's dropping off 30 more of them. You guys, I went through my last one today, but I have 30 more on the way. So, this, I cross them, and then the bottom one goes up and over and under, and then I just tie it into a knot. So I did do a tip Tuesday on this, you guys, from February of last year. As I'm tightening my ends, I'm going down to the left and down to the right, and I'm tighten my knot nice. And so you guys all have yours done in your kits for you, but just in case you're wondering how that bow comes out, that's how it is. So bow makers are still available. So you guys have your bow, and then you got your butterflies. So this right here, though, let's talk about this really quick. So that is that one die that it actually looks like this. So it's super long. So if you have a horizontal card, it would be super cool because it covers the whole base. I did a bunny card with it, and the bunny was kind of in there. So this, Anna cut them, and then I cut every one in half because you only need enough to get from one end of your tag to the other. So it's cut kind of like it kind of got botchy, and that's fine because you guys are going to work with it. You're going to work with it. So what you're going to do is figure out how do you want to see your flowers on here? And I'm like, oh, I kind of like the way this looks, but you could also move it to the left. You can move it to the right. you've got some wiggle room. But when you figure out where you want it, I would generally just hold it where you want it, and you're going to round your flowers so that they look like they're meant to be like that. So you're going to take that, and then what happens is, oh, I want that stem on here. So we're going to move it back to right there, and then you're going to just round, you're going to follow the tag kind of. So that end's gone. I'm not worried about that. Now the left side, or I should say the right side, if you have the windmill you're going to put on, don't worry about it. You can just cut straight up because your windmill is going to cover anything. But if you're not going to do a windmill, you're going to want to kind of just round it the same way. Kind of round those flowers so it doesn't make it look like there was anything else hanging onto them. Kind of like, you know, smooth them out and curve them nicely. So now that you've got this generally how it's going to be, the reason we chose mango is because it's light enough of a color that you can still color on it and see the green. So I used these evening evergreen marker, and you're going to color the stems. Now, you don't have evening evergreen. Do you have a different color, some sort of green? You're just basically coloring the stems, and then you're also going to color the grass. Always being careful when you get to the edge of the card not to like roll your edge over it and bring it back, because that kind of wrecks the tip a little bit. So you're going to do one coat, and then I would go back and do a second one, because you can kind of see the lightness of the mango through it. But when you do a second coat, it darkens it up a lot. So if you had a light pink, that would work too. So we were trying to figure out a way that you didn't have to get too, we wanted to use this dye, but we didn't want it to be too much work, okay? So poke out any little bits and parts that need, don't poke yourself though. Poke out any bits and parts. And now what's gonna happen is we're going to set that aside, and we're gonna stamp our tag really quick, and then we'll glue that down and trim it a little bit more. So this tag, oh, I love this circly sentiment. It's so cool. So I think that's dirty. We'll set that there. This is my one of my favorite stamps out of that whole catalog. You are so thoughtful. Thank you. And so it's stamped in soft succulent. If you don't have soft succulent and you do want to use a darker green like evening evergreen, that is perfectly fine. So I don't know. We chose soft succulent for some reason. So I stamped that kind of near the top at an angle. So my thank yous kind of going diagonal like that. And that's it for the soft succulent. So honestly, if you really wanted to use evening evergreen, you could. But as long as I've got the inks out, we're going to do our windmill. So the windmill, we'll go with evening evergreen, and you're going to stamp it on your scrap, and you're going to stamp it near the bottom. And then you can either use your scissors and cut it out, or you can use your die cut and go to the stamping machine or the cut and emboss machine. And then we're going to put one at the bottom of our inside here. So we wanted to add a little color to this without it being colored in all the way. So before it looks like this, but when you use this, it's called a blender pen. What you do is you drag the color off of the edges and bring it into that white area. You can't do it too much, it gets matted. But if you do it just a little bit, so that's before, or this is right as before, and then the left is after. It just fills it in to give it a little shading. So if you have this blender pen, what it is it's filled with a solution. I generally use it for coloring in things. Like you can dip into the cover of your ink pad or on a block that has ink on it. When you're done with the color that you're working with, you just kind of brush it out. They sell these in a pack of 3. All right, so that's it for the windmill. Now what you need to do is go die cut that. But what I might do here is just take this and cut it off. And then what we need is this circle back and the cleaner. So let's clean this. So we're done with this one. And I think we're done with Evening Evergreen now. And then this one, because now we need to stamp this in the pumpkin pie, but we only need the thank you part of it. So you should have enough on your scratch paper. It doesn't matter though, because if you go over, it doesn't, you only want the thank you out of there. Okay, so that's pumpkin pie. And let's clean this then really quick. And I feel like that still had ink on it, so get that cleaned off a little bit. All right. So, you guys, there's no other way to do this except for to get your scissors out, guys, and get that fussy cut groove on, okay? So, if you do not like to fussy cut and you just want to leave it with the green, you can. But this is what you can do to give the two-tone for stamps. So, what I'm doing is leaving a nice little white border around the edge of the thank you, kind of following the Humpty Humps of the letters. And not so many on the top, I'd say. I don't know, what did I do with the thank you? Oh, I went in there, didn't I? Okay. So, go as crazy or not crazy as you desire. And then this little guy is going to get popped up on our tag over the top of the green section. And it'll look super cool with that circle having that two-tone color. So this is pumpkin pie. The bottom was soft succulent, or you could have used evening evergreen. Okay, all right. So think that might be it. So I think we're at a point where we could start assembling. So I think what we'll do is this will get popped up with dimensionals, and I'm picking the little guys. So grab a few of those little ones, and then that's gonna go right over that green thank you. Just like that, okay? Now, this little guy, we can glue that, and we can glue the edge of this. So this mango, and then this piece, and I'm just putting a little bit on the bottom and just cherry picking some of the tulip heads, not all of them, just some of them. And then this is gonna go near the bottom of the tag. We had it kind of situated, but we're gonna trim it up in just a second as well, just to make sure we're good. So that's gonna go there. And then this one, make sure you have it on the right side. So when I flip this upside down, I'm a right-handed person. So I'm gonna put, it is really on the right side because my flowers are upside down right now. So there's that. Now this can get flipped over and this can get flipped over because we're gonna adhere these. Hi, Jennifer Merle Hampshire. Good evening to you, my friend. Okay, so a little glue there. Glue there. Now this one goes, so make sure your embossing stays on the right. I did leave a little hair of green exposed on the left-hand side. And I always like to make sure I'm flush on the top, and I can always trim any extra off the bottom. Then this goes on our inside. There are some cloud stamps. You know, we didn't pull them in for this class, but if you guys wanted to, there are clouds in here, and the clouds would look really cool stamped at the top there of this little inside scenery piece. Okay, so I have a little extra overhang, so I'm going to take my scissors and trim that off now. So you guys see how I work? I work from the top down. I kind of start with this one, and then I put it to this one, and now I'm going to put it to the next one. And that allows me to trim anything as I need to. Hi, Barbara Gabi. All right, so a little adhesive here. And make sure you got that right. That goes on the top here. And then our tag and our little windmill. So dimensionals for these. So for this tag, I'm going to use 6 of them. Oh, we talked about the tag part here. Before you put this down, I didn't have that exact. On the bottom here, you can see my corners are kind of hanging off weird. So I'm gonna flip this over and I'm gonna just round the corners so they match that of the tag. I didn't do that earlier because I wanted to just get off the extra. I didn't want to color the little part that was hanging over. All right, so then that can get popped onto the card front. And you guys, if you know me a little bit, I'm like a straight, I like things straight and up and down and left and right. I did put this on diagonal. Yeah, I did. It's a little bit, looks crooked, but I can live with it. Something like that. And then you guys should have here a glue dot. And what I did is I put that right at the top of my tag and I put my bow right there. Now your tails might not go where you want them. That's where you grab another glue dot and you can put that right underneath where that left tail is gonna go, and then you can put the other one on the other side, and that's where you can kind of twist and get it to go exactly how you want it. And trim your tails then. So grab your ribbon scissors and we're gonna trim that one and that one, and then the windmill. So, oh, I put it too far off to the right, I think. So it's okay, I didn't push it down very hard. So if you ever want to adjust things, don't be afraid to pull things off. As long as you don't squish them down too hard, you've got a little wiggle room to work. So now that I remembered that that guy's gonna go over here, all right, now I'm good. So for this one though, I popped up on my left-hand side. So I'm gonna put it single there, but on my right side, because that tag is also there popped up, I'm actually gonna do a double stuff. It's like a double stuff Oreo, guys. We're gonna put 2 dimensionals on, so 2 high. And then on the other side though, we only need 1. So that, otherwise it would be kind of going diagonal. So the 2 were on the side where the tag isn't attached. And we're gonna put that right. Let's see where that one is. I'm actually gonna put 2 high on the 4th of July. Nope, just kidding. 2 high on the right-hand side here, because that is also off the edge. All right, see? So what I did is I put a double stack here, here, and then here, and then it was single and single. And so now it is kind of a flush. Had you only used one and one here, it would be going kind of diagonally down. And then we're gonna make sure our ribbon is nice and secure. Yeah, the ribbon has grown on me. It was definitely not my favorite, but it makes really easy bows. Like it ties, it's very pliable. So now, I should have showed, before I put that windmill on, you guys, did you see that it would have looked just fine without the windmill as well? So know that it would be okay not to put the windmill on if you don't have that set. So let's see what we got here. This time we're gonna put 2 little ones, 2 widow ones, and one's gonna go there, and 1 more there, and a big one can go right there. All right, use them with these little butterflies. So now we can say we have our 3rd card done. So pretty. Doesn't that make you happy? So cheerful. So, all right, you guys, that's our 3rd card. And I have definitely saved my mom calls it the gourmet. So I saved the gourmet card for last. What do you think of the last one though? Do you like the melon? You know, these are different colors together. I wouldn't normally have known to put evergreen with Mango Melody, but because you have the designer paper, it wraps it all together. Okay, go team, we have 1 more left, and this is our gourmet card. There's very little stamping on this, you guys, but there are a lot of pieces. So, and this is actually set up that it spins, and then this goes up like this, and we have an inside, okay? So let's do our flowers first. So grab your kits, you guys. This was so, your envelopes were just filled to the gills. Filled to the gills. You have this little strip here, which is Old Olive with Tasteful Textiles. You have a windmill that needs to get some popping done. So yeah, So Anna, she really did die cut 88 of these blades. Isn't that crazy? 88 of the bodies, 88 of the labels, 88 of the back Sahara sand bodies. So I told her not to die cut, or not to poke out everybody's stuff though, you guys. Like I figured you guys could all do that yourself. So you're gonna have to do the pokey, pokey, pokey and turn yourself around because that's what it's all about. If you had the die brush, you know, that could help. But it's not too bad. Hoping that everybody's just fall out as easy as mine are right now. Okay. And you can see I'm doing this over a piece of paper so that they pretty much stay contained. All right, so there's your blade, your blades of glory. And then, okay, so your old olive here, you can take it and score. It's already scored at 4 because it's a 5 1/4 by 8. Ha ha ha, I know, right? Okay, so this is our other Waves of the Future die. So this is the other label, super cool. We have more pokey pokey here. So this is the body part. So you guys are gonna have to sit and get those little pieces out as well. And then we're gonna put this together. So you guys can tell I was gonna start with the flowers and then I completely got sidetracked. So get that out. If you ever have it where it doesn't wanna come out, you can take your scissors, take a fine tip scissors and kind of gently help cut it a little bit. Like that will help get it out as well. So there, that's good now. Let's throw this away. And you have here, this is the body part of your tower. Oh, more pokies, you guys. There's a bike. The bike is part of this die set as well. I did put 2 gold pearls. You guys, in all of your kits, there are 2 gold pearls. They were put between the white pieces of paper. And those white pieces of paper are the same size. One's for your outside and one's for your inside. So let's get rid of that. Now, as long as you got your bike in your hand, your 2 little gold pearls, I tucked them between the 2 white papers. The 2 little gold pearls, this is so much fun. Put the gold pearls right on your bike wheels like that. So that's it. So you got the 2 gold pearls here. These little guys are not carrying over to the annual catalog. So that's sad. They have silver and gold. And all right, so there's your bike. If you want to, you could prep it. I used 2 mini black dimensionals behind. So that's how I adhered the bike. So that's prepped and ready to go. You guys, this is the Fine Art Floral Gold Ribbon. This is the flowers I was talking about. So this is part of the designer paper. Everybody's got different. So this is a 12 by 12 and it has purples and yellows and reds and oranges and, you know, so everybody's going to have different looking flowers. But what I would do, so if you can see on this card right here, you can see my tulips are cut. It looked so much better having them cut like that because it made it look like a tulip field. So what you have to do to get that to look like that is you will have to take your scissors and follow the top line a little bit. And if you get one that looks like that and you don't know what to do with it, instead of leaving it flat, just divot in a little bit and make it look like there's a top to it that isn't flat. Okay, and I wouldn't go all the way down to here. I'm just working my top to make it so it doesn't look flat. So you can see, well, here, let me hold it on the white. You guys can see what I'm starting to do is make it look like flower tops there. Confetti for a surprise card. Ha ha, you're funny. Who would ever do that, Penny? Oh, you're funny. Yes, I did open your card over the top of a piece of paper so that it all was contained. All right, so you guys see what I'm doing here. My windmill's gonna go right about there. So I'm not gonna worry so much and do that section. That seems like a waste to do that area. So I'm just going to work my way and just make it look like little jagged edges of the flowers. So you see here, I did not do the section where the windmill is, but I did the other section. So You guys have an arm here like this, and now this is going to operate the same way as that other first card. So you're going to fold that flap over and burnish it. And just to eliminate some pieces, let's go ahead. Yes, Anna did a great job. Oh my gosh, you guys, she is phenomenal. She's working right now on die cutting for the monthly card for May. I did have to guess on that one, and I guessed the same amount as I did for April, so hopefully I guess okay. But I still have no idea what to do for Hey Sports Fan, and I don't know what to do for the Kellogg launch party. So we haven't started on those yet. So you see what I did? I just kind of like put that like that. If we want to now, there's no reason why we couldn't put our green piece down. So go ahead, there's nothing kind of that needs ribbon behind anything. So you could go ahead and put that just to eliminate some pieces. So that'll go here. And that gets centered nicely. So you got the Blackberry Bliss all the way around the edges here. All right. So, okay, let's get this guy put together. So there is no hole right here. So what you're going to have to do is line these up. And you're going to have to put a little marking where the hole is so that you can take a pokey tool and poke a hole. That would be the easiest thing. Now everybody should have one little black brad in their kit somewhere, I promise. I double checked everybody's to make sure it was there. And you're gonna poke that through there. Oop, wait, you gotta put your blades on. Your blades of glory, guys. Put your blade on. All right, so put that like that. And now put your brad through there. And what you can do is split them, and honestly, you can split them both down. Those brads are super long, and if you split them this way, it's going to hang up the top. And you can actually glue that down, and it will still spin. It's not your brad that is needing to move. It's this wind thing here. Oh, you know the other thing too, guys? I forgot to glue this down. So hang on, we got to put a little glue on the back of the bottom there and spin that around without getting glue everywhere. So that needs to get adhered onto there. So, oops. All right, I got so excited about putting it together. So now that's secure. So if you hold this, okay, this little brad thing, I would prefer it to be like taped so it doesn't accidentally come and spin around. So I am gonna just take a small little, and if you want to just trim yours, I don't have a good scissors. I don't have a bad scissors here to use. I don't want to use any of my scissors to cut that metal. I'll be honest with you. So I just taped it down, and it still spins just fine. And it's just all facing down. Okay, so this actually, what I did is I popped up the top with some dimensionals, and then I'm going to glue the bottom flat. So, but we can't do anything more really because we have clouds to make, you guys. So what I did, if you guys, I don't know if anybody has the basic border dies, but in there are, I got stuff all over here. There is a die that looks like clouds, and I should probably go get it to show it to you guys. But everybody in your to-go kit, because I didn't know who had this or who didn't have it, everybody in your to-go kit, you got a cloud die cut. Thank you to Anna. She cut out like 60 of these for us. And what you're going to do, you just need some sort of a light blue ink, and you're going to have to do this to both of them. You're going to put your cloud down like this, grab the ink, use your brush, and you're just going to start putting on some blue ink over the top of that edge, and it's going to start to make it look like there are clouds. Start it at the top, like that, and keep adding ink until you're good with it. You can see what it did is it created a little cloud border. Super cool. So now I'm going to kind of make it look like this. I'm moving mine to the left a little and down. Don't go really hard over the top of the one above because you don't want it to disappear on you. So, but look at that. Isn't it cool? All right. So now I'm going to move over here a little bit, and you saw I kind of go off the edge because I don't want it to be really sharp on my paper, but I'm going to go and make another little layer like that. Isn't that cool? Beans and bagels? Oh my goodness. Okay, So now I'm going to do one more down here. Well, I might even do another one, but I'm doing one more for sure here. Because you have to go down as far as your designer series paper. So you see what we're doing? We're getting these awesome clouds in the sky. Okay, so if you're not sure how far down to go, what you need to do is grab that white piece of paper and then, that white piece of paper, the DSP. I'm gonna do one more over here. I think we're getting to the end of the night, guys. I'm getting punchy. All right, so that guy's gonna go there. And doesn't that look so cool? I love it. Okay, so now though, that's for the outside. We're gonna slightly do it for the inside. We don't have to do a lot because you're gonna wanna do this and then stamp a sentiment. I would not stamp the sentiment and then do it because you will definitely blend everything for your sentiment. So these border dies are carrying over into the new annual catalog, and you can get your hands on them today if you want free shipping. Save 10% on them. I'm gonna do one like this really lightly. Yes. All right, so that's gonna be for my inside. So just a little bit of cloud action at the top. Very cool. I'm gonna go run over and grab those dies so you guys can see what they're all about. So you guys can keep this forever if you want to. You have your own cloud die now. Oh yeah, isn't that awesome? So stamping, we're gonna use some Blackberry Bliss ink and we're going to stamp the Windmill right here. So let's grab this and we stamped that. In the bottom right here. Okay, so that's done. And I'm gonna make it a thinking of you. Oh, happy birthday sounds good. Happy birthday comes from the Art Floral stamp set and Art Gallery maybe. It's carrying over, I'm pretty sure. So that one has long, skinny sentiments. And so that happy birthday fits in there very nicely. Okay, you guys, that's it for stamping. Unless you want to put another sentiment, which you know what? Ooh, should we do it? Yes, let's do it. So, no one deserves a happier birthday than you. We will sneak this up in here. The top right, or top left, right there. All right, now we got a rockin' birthday card here. All right, you guys, let's move this out of the way. And yeah, so you guys go make a whole bunch of clouds on your cards. Use that die to its, not the die, but like the mat to its fullest potential. And then if you decide you need to buy it, go buy it. If you remember last, for game night, one of those border dies got used as well. So I will tell you guys on this designer series paper, I truly did cut it a hair and a half or times 2 longer than it needed to be. I wanted to make sure it wasn't too short. Okay, I got a lot going on here. So we got this needs to open and then it goes like this and our inside goes in, right like that. And then here, this little guy will go here. And this is what I'm gonna say needs to get cut. I'm pretty sure on yours, it's probably a good 1/16 or more that you're gonna need to take it and trim it like that. All right, so now this can get glued onto our front. And then this, we'll put a little glue at the bottom. Oh, come on, get out of there. Get him ready. And then it's coming together, you guys. This will go here, like that. And then popped up at the top. Yeah. Border dies, Carmen, 155558. Thanks, Carmen. That was sweet of you to put that on there. Okay, you guys got to make sure you put it down far enough so that, let's see, I've got it right about here. So when this is, the way it's going to get mailed then is you got to have them at the X, right? It cannot be at the plus sign. So it's got to be at the multiply sign, okay? So like this, you can see here, boom, it still spins. Spin you around like a wrecker, baby, like that. All right, so now, you guys remember how we did that last label? We did the tear and tape on the back. Well, we're gonna do the same thing here. You're gonna prep it with a little, oh, my battery's gonna die here. Oh man, you guys, I'm down to 5% and my screen just went dark and life is not good. Okay, we're back. Need some energy. Okay, you guys have your fine art floral. So if you look at the front of this, you can see that there's a lot less on the left than there is on the right. So when you prep this, put your fine art floral so you have less on your left and more on your right, and test it out. Make sure, oh, I'm not gonna have enough. Dang it. Okay, so that's okay. You just peel it off and we're gonna put less on the left. And now let's see if we're gonna be good. So now, oh man, it's gonna be close. Something, I could live with that much over there, okay? Because it's going around the green, which is a little shorter. But now what you're gonna do is you gotta get, yeah, Louise. Okay, so gluing things at the same time, it really helps you from opening and shutting that glue bottle. It's so, like, I don't mind it, but anytime I can save some steps with gluing, I do. So you guys, I'm pulling this tail now through here, so that's ready to go. This one, it might be easier to fold this in half and kind of like get it in the hole, right? All right, put that guy in there. All right, so now though this, I did pop it up with dimensionals. So the whole thing with the ribbon is you've got the ribbon secure to the label. Now I'm gonna put 3 dimensionals back there. And now don't forget it has to go on your old olive. So we tried to make it look like grass. That the old olive is, I got the Tasteful Textiles with grass. So I'm putting my label, I'm getting my label set first where I want it. Something, oh, it's down further because we gotta have room for our bike. So it's right about there. All right, now grab the tear and tape. We're gonna put a little tear and tape on this back side, like that. Now flip the tails, and flip the tails. See, I made it work. All right, you should have enough. You just gotta get centered good. Now we're gonna grab, where are you? Right here, the end. I think that might be it for our tear and tape for the night. And that's gonna go there. And that will go there. And now we can adhere with some more glue here. So I'm gonna go on the top and this bottom. I don't have to worry about the sides because they're full of tear and tape. Flip that the right way. And that's gonna go on this front arm section, like that. Yeah, look at it, so nice. Okay, bike. So we had that prepped. Oh, I gotta Stella the bike. Okay, the bike is gonna be awesome, Stella. Yeah, Kathy, isn't this card? This is the gourmet card. My mom says gourmet. Put your little bike. It's like it's biking along, like, you know, it's grounded on this ribbon, right? Okay, Stella up the bike. That would be a noble thing to do for this card. And we probably should Stella up this as much as we possibly can. You know, okay, be very careful Stellaing over the clouds because that might make them blend and smear. So I'm bringing my blades of glory down here. Okay, and then you can get your little hut here, your little windmill. Now, and Bonnie would say, go for the glory or go for the gold. And my Stella is not the greatest right now. She did her work on the last couple cards. I need to rejuvenate her with a little bit of rubbing alcohol. So the little bike is adorable, you guys. I would buy, if you were a bike person, I would buy the set just to have the bike. I honestly would. And then having that fine art floral, the gold ribbon, brings out the gold and the little pearls. But we're not done because you guys have 3 butterflies left, okay? You really do. Now you're either gonna have 2 big ones and a small, or you're gonna have the opposite. So I'm gonna put one there, and I'm gonna put a little one over here hanging out, and then a big one there. And then that should have used up all 9 of your butterflies. And oh, should have like this, you guys. When you opened up this kit, I hope you thought, holy Moses, there's a lot of pieces. I hope you really thought that, because when we kitted this up and there were all those pieces and how thick this was and how that turns out like that, it just is so cool. All right, so I want to go get the basic borders dies and show you them. So give me 20 seconds, not even. In case anybody missed them in the annual catalog, this is what they look like. Okay, so this was the die that Anna cut all of your mats from. For the bingo night, I used that one. I haven't used any of the other ones, but they would be so cool to use. So those are an awesome extra addition to your Stampin' arsenal if you don't have them. So let's make a little room here, and we're gonna recap the 4 cards that we made and go ooh and ah la la. Okay, so you guys, our bike card, our flower power card. Oh my gosh, you guys can see the Stella on that, can't you? On some of those flowers, just a little bit, that little bit of iridescent right there. You can see all that Stella power. Okay, and then we had our Poppy Parade, and then we have our Mango Melody Windmill. So we really tried to pull in as much as we possibly could to give you guys a good assortment for this class on all the dies and all the stamps. We tried to use lots of sentiments and the different products from the suite, and even pulled in other stuff. So, whew, yes, Ruth Nicholson, thank you. Well, we appreciate you guys taking our, taking the class. It's a lot of us, a labor of love. It really is. We love to do this. If I didn't love paper as much as I did, I probably wouldn't be doing this, but I love paper, and I love sharing my joy of crafting and card making with you guys. And if you weren't taking my classes, I wouldn't be doing this either. So I do appreciate all your support, you guys. I think I had my best 3 classes back to back, basically. You guys, I did Fun Folds in February, made 88 cards. New Horizons ended up being 86 in the end of March, and now we're in April, and this one made 88, and I only have 6 left. So, and all the other ones, they're gone. Like, there's nothing left really of those other classes. So, whew, so we did it. All right, it's like right at 2 hours, and we just have some prizes to give away. Oh, I know, Luis, I wish you could take them too. So, if any, what I've done for people that are not in the United States, I have, because I only ship in the United States. I only send my card classes domestically. But I have had some people from Canada that have gotten like my bow maker and stuff, and I've mailed them to people in the United States, their friends and family. And so it has worked out that way that I've been able to get a couple things to people because I'm able to mail it domestically. I won't do the whole international shipping. I don't even deal with it. There's a lot of other things with making sure I put enough paper in your kits to deal with and make sure I got good. So, oh, Lila loves them all. Yay! The last card, the windmill with the blades. Yes, that was the first card we made when we designed these 4 cards. We just were, and I love it. I'm going to leave that one up in the hive for a very long time. So just to share with you guys, I believe I need to show this to you guys again. This is the, yep. I was reading your comment, Melanie, about the last time that you asked. This one was the mystery card. So generally, you guys, I don't know if you've caught the theme, but we generally, oh, you're very welcome, Pauline. I try not to be sloppy and rushed. Sometimes I can be rushed a little bit, but generally not sloppy. If you guys caught it, when we do mystery card night, we always pick the featured suite bundle for what we use. So next month for the mystery card, we'll definitely be using Hey Sports Fan. That is a little hint in case you guys didn't know that. So that's super cool. So that was the mystery card. So we have here, oops, I gotta look at you guys. So if anybody's interested in the card class, please at this point now, don't comment. You guys, I don't generally go back and watch my videos again and look for all the comments and like answer questions. I always tell everybody to reach out to me personally and privately after the live. If you're watching the replay, if you have questions, you need help with anything, you're interested in something, you have questions, always email me, text me, call me, Facebook message me. Commenting in here is not going to necessarily result in me answering, okay? I'm just putting it out there. So I help as much as I possibly can, but to go back and watch my videos, it's too hard to do. So, so on that note, you guys too, what I want to do is we're going to do a random number generator. I don't know. Kelly didn't get the mystery card names to me. And when I asked her for them at like 5:55, she said, I'm so sorry, I'm at the park. If she can get back to me before I'm done with my live, she would get them to me. But otherwise, you guys, I will do the mystery card drawing during my May showcase tomorrow. So, okay. So we have here though, let's grab this and this and these. And so I'm going to do drum roll. Brrr, okay. Winner, chicken dinner. So these were the Let's Just Stamp cards that we made. It was April 11th, you guys, so you can catch the replay. These are going to, first one, Deb Arblaster, Arblaster. Congratulations, Deb. And this one goes to my favorite. I love it. It's so pretty. Janice McPherson, you are the winner, chicken dinner. Oh, hi, Angela Knutson. This one goes to Darla Zell. Okay, Darla, I have your address. I do not have Deb's or Janice's. So if Deb or Janice are watching or anybody knows them, in order for me to send their cards to them, I need to have their addresses. But these are the winner chicken dinners for the Let's Just Stamp. All right, so every time I do a showcase of my upcoming cards, I share the video to my VIP page and give my VIPs the opportunity at getting a bundle at half off. And the bundle is always one that is featured for my sweet bundle promotion. And so this one is the flowering tulips. And so I think there were about 13 people who commented that they shared the video. So tomorrow, what's going to have to happen is you're going to have to share the video and then comment in my VIP group on the post that I create that you shared. And so the winner chicken dinner for this one has the first person that has opportunity. If she wants it, she can always decline it, and then it would go to the next person. And the winner is Karen Cotton. You are the lucky duck winner of this bundle at half off, which it's something like it's 26 plus tax, right? So, and then shipping to your house. So it still is a good deal. All right. So we also have here 20. I think there were 22 people. So gotta grab my phone, unplug it. Oh man, I'm at 12%. Gotta keep it plugged in. So we're gonna go to random number generator and pull up. It's thinking. My phone is getting slower and slower every day. All right, so we're gonna put in, so I already wrote up to Pat Detlefson, who ordered today to get the class, and she was number 22. So I'm gonna put 22 in here, click the word generate, number 10. Number 10. Whew, you guys, do you see what happened here? I went and then I went here. So number 10, Millie Kendall. Woohoo! You are the winner, Millie. So how my door prize works is I have some retired Stampin' Up! Product, not just some. I have a lot. I will have to be honest. And I'm trying to work through that by giving it away as prizes to people who support me with ordering, because I generally get extra from placing orders for classes, and then I can give that extra product away if I have ordered too much. So what happens then is when Millie Kindle takes her next class with me, I will include a prize with a little card saying that she won, and we'll include it in her next set of cards. I don't just randomly mail prizes to have more shipping enduring. But when the next time I mail something to Millie, like for a class, then she will have an extra prize in there. So it's like a little incentive to take another class, right? Yay. So, right. Congratulations to all of our lucky winners. So we had the 3 card winners. We had Millie, and then we also had Karen Cotton. Let's just do a little look-see quickly to see if I have an email from Kelly. I told her to text me, email me, Facebook message me if she got it done. And I don't see it. So that is okay, you guys. It's just one more day where we get to have prizes awarded. So just so you know, in case you miss submitting your card for Mystery Card Night, I don't think Kelly has accumulated the names yet. So if you feel like you need to get in there and get your name in for the mystery card, she might be pulling them later. I'm thinking she just got home. It just got dark here. She was at the park. So what the plan is for tomorrow is in the VIP group, I'm going to make the other four MS benefit cards for that private group. And then for the Cards by Christine Facebook page, you guys, we're going to do the May showcase cards. And I will draw the winners for the mystery card night then. And there was something else I can't remember. That might have been it. I don't know. If I forgot anything tonight, we'll figure it out for tomorrow. So congratulations again to all the winners. Thank you to everybody who took this class with me. Oh my gosh, you guys, it just blows me away every time that I think about it. It's like, oh my gosh, I mailed out almost 60 card kits in like the last 2 weeks to people. And it's like, you guys must like what I'm throwing out there. So that makes me happy to make more cards and design more cards. And then the awesome thing now is, we're kind of winding down from the annual catalog, and we're going to be rocking and rolling right into the new annual catalog. And then on top of it, you guys, we're going to be right into the holiday catalog. Oh my goodness. Right after that. So, yes, you guys, we just keep rolling with it, and we keep stamping and making pretty cards. And I'm always here to help if you guys need it. So just know that sometimes when it's a day of designing or a day of kitting, I don't always get back to everybody like instantaneously like I normally do. I try to get back to you right away, but sometimes it might be a day or two depending on how backed up I get. So it doesn't hurt to reach out again. Just make sure I got the information. Karen says that you really do love everything you do. Yay, I appreciate that. So, all right. And Karen, let me know if you want that half off bundle and we'll connect on that. So, I think I just mailed out your ink, paper, scissors to you, but I could always wait and mail it a little bit later too, and the shipping might be a little bit less if we can consolidate it. So, all right, you guys, we did it. It is 8:10 here. Tyler told me it was so beautiful before I went live, and he's like, well, let's go for a walk tonight. So I think that's what's on the docket for tonight. And for inquiring minds, do you guys know I talked to you about the ham on Tuesday? It was phenomenal. And it's still there. We didn't eat a whole like 12-pound ham in the last 2 days. But it was a Costco ham. So the brand on it was Kirkland. Tyler's bosses get all of their employees a ham and a turkey every year for Christmas. And so we've had this ham. It wasn't the Christmas ham from this year. It was the Christmas ham from the year before. So it was in the freezer for a year and a half. Okay. So it was time it got cooked. And I'll tell you, I put that in there for 2.5 hours, and then I put that brown sugar glaze in between all the slices and let that sit for another half hour and did not overcook it. Yay. And it was like the most amazing thing you would ever eat. I couldn't believe it. So we're going to be so hammed out, though, by the time we're done. But anyways, that's my ham story, you guys. It turned out really good. Yay. Tyler says I'm a ham, but then I say he's a ham. So all's good. All right, you guys. I'm ready to have a beer. That was a phenomenal class. I was looking forward to this one. I was super excited because I could not wait to make those cards with you. So I'm happy I could do that, and thank you for letting me make them with you. So, all right, you guys, have a good rest of your Thursday night, and we'll catch you at some point tomorrow. Sunshine, love, and hugs to all of you. I will be getting this PDF out in my online store as well, and just watch for that once it's ready. So, all right, you guys, love ya. Bye.